I knew I was in trouble the minute I saw the newest release from Altenew. I love unique stencils and their wide washi tapes, and now they have die cut tape too. I just mean I was in trouble because I knew I was not going to be able to resist purchasing most of them. Hello and welcome to Karen's Creative Cards on YouTube. I am Karen Hashik, and when I got all the new Altenew products I ordered recently, I immediately had to play with them all and make the cards that I'm sharing in this video. Just look at these neat wide washi tapes and die cut tapes. I think my favorite is this gilded greenery tape. It makes making an awesome card so easy. All you do is you pair it up with some lovely die cuts like this new Lariat Cardinal die from Tailored Expressions, and a sentiment die and some pine boughs, and look at that. You just put it on the card, put some dies there, and you have a lovely card. The pine branches are from Impression Obsession, and the pretty sentiment is from Creative Expressions, the Sue Wilsons. I use the same Gilded Greenery wide washi tape and cut it with a border die, and then I paired it with this new Leaves and Berries stencil from Altenew for a very neat happy birthday card. The new Vibrant Spray die cut tape has it's die cut on both sides, so you can see here on the other ones that we bought, you know, the other floral ones from Altenew, you could choose to cut, but in this case you don't have to. It's already cut for you, so it's just a pretty line of flowers that is so easy to use, and it's called Vibrant Spray. And I simply created a background with a stencil, put another pretty sentiment on from Creative Expressions, Sue Wilson's line, and it's such an easy card. And then this one is the new bouquet die cut tape, and that's pretty flowers too, but they're white. So you have this white pretty flowers that you can choose to color if you wish, but I chose to just I cut a couple flowers from this Vibrant Spray, and I also punched some butterflies out of that for a pretty splash of color on that black and white card. This is the card that I'm going to demo in this video. I'm absolutely loving the new Classic Pine Stencil set. It is, there's A and there's B, so it's called Classic Pine Stencil, and that's what I used on this background. And I paired it with the Deco Lines washi tape, which is very, very classy, and it has that touch of gold in there, so that matches nicely with the gold, and I'm going to show you how I made that. We're going to attach a white square piece of cardstock onto a piece of just scratch paper. I did want to mention that the foil that I'm using is new from Brutus, Monroe, and Deco foil, and it's called Gold Static. And we're going to take the first of the stencils, and I wanted to point out that I marked mine, this is bottom left, so that makes lining these up very easy. When you go to add the pine cone layer, they line up very easy as long as you know for sure which is the right side and the left side and the bottom. So I marked my stencil with a permanent marker. I'm going to take my Tailored Expressions blending brush and some Distress ink, the pine needles, which seem like the perfect choice, right, to do the pine needles in this stencil. I find using these blending brushes so easy. in a stencil, and I like that there's parts that are a little darker and a little lighter. That just makes for a really neat look. So let's see. What I do is I am using, of course, my favorite purple tape to tape those down. And then I use the top one as a hinge, and I look to see, do I like the result, and I do. And that was layer A. And now we're going to take layer B, and again I have the bottom left marked, and this is again the classic pine stencils, layering stencils from Altenew and the new release. And if you have it where you know that the stencils are going to match up, they line up very, very easily there. Now I'm going to use Deco Foil's transfer gel, and what that does is it allows you, once it's dry, to apply foil to this layer of the stencil. So you just apply it through this layer of the stencil. You just want to make sure you get it in all the holes of the stencil on the paper. Doesn't have to be thick, but you do want all the holes to have the transfer gel in it. Once again, I'm going to use that top one as a hinge and pick it up carefully and make sure it looks good, which it does. Now I'm going to take this stencil. I have a warm water bath off camera here because I wouldn't want that stencil paste, that transfer gel, to dry on, and I'm also going to put my knife in that bath. Now this would take about an hour to 2 hours to dry completely, and you want it to be totally translucent. So I did that already. Yesterday, and this is how it would look. It's totally clear and dry, and I've cut this down to 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, and then I have that Brutus Monroe gold pretty foil ready to go, and I'm going to put that through my mini Minc. Use my favorite glue to attach the With Sympathy. As you can see, I have put a piece of that Altenew washi tape that we're also going to use on the front. This one is called Deco Lines, and I put that in the inside. This card could be used for a sympathy card, as we're going to do, or Christmas or birthday, or really any occasion or any reason or season, which is the kind of card that I really like to make. And then we're going to lift up the foil, and you get this beautiful result which has the greens, and then it has the gold for the pine cones. Isn't that beautiful? I just love how that turned out. Now we're going to take the wide washi tape, which is very classy looking and has the touch of gold in it as well. And I am going to cut a piece off just a little bigger than what I need. And then line it up along the side and press it down and then trim it. And there's our card front. Attach that. I have a 5.5 by 5.5 square, so it was 5.5 by 11 green linen card base. And then we're attaching that evenly. So we have that very classy looking washi tape and the gold foil. And then this one too, I like to have sympathy cards on hand. I don't like to use them, of course, but we all need them. And so having them on hand when we do need them is a good thing. This sympathy sentiment die is also from Sue Wilson's line at Creative Expressions. I'm finding that I use these sentiment dies over and over. They have such beautiful fonts and they're really nice. They're called mini expressions and they're a really nice size for cards. And of course I could choose to put a happy birthday on there, or Merry Christmas or Noel or whatever. Again, it's a very versatile card. I created the 5 cards I shared in this video with the new Altenew stencils and washi tapes in no time at all. So you can see how easy it is to make great cards with these products. Thanks for watching, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. And thanks too for helping me share the joy of creativity.